For starters, let's talk anime community peer pressure. Now you're probably like, yo, what the hell? Peer pressure? What's going on? And I think this will be something I want to publish on the ForneverWorld channel. Anime community peer pressure. The reason I'm bringing this discussion up is that I've noticed throughout my time on YouTube, again, I've been doing YouTube for a hot minute, dog. You know, I've been doing YouTube since 2010, you know what I'm saying? And I was even doing a little bit of it before that. I was back in 2009, I think. I had another channel where I was just showing like unboxing the Dragon Ball Z orange bricks, unboxing the Dragon Ball DVD sets. Like, I had a little channel even before ForneverWorld. Since, you know, again, it's been like 13, 14 years, I've noticed something major with the anime community.
Still moving on, still moving on. This is for my day ones. This is for my day ones.
Come on. I'll put myself in this boat too, and I'm going to tell you why I put myself in this boat. But it feels like a lot of people have trouble in certain times of standing on stuff. And standing on, in particular, what I want to say is standing on things that they love and things that they enjoy. Especially where we're at in 2023 right now, most people are very much so follow what's the popular consensus, what's the popular opinion. You see it in every regard. If everybody is a Gojo fan, chances are most people in the anime community, and not just on YouTube, everywhere, they're going to be Gojo fans because they're going to follow the trend. They're not going to be, you know, maybe Nobara is the shining star or whatnot. They're not really. Like, there's outliers, absolutely. And shout out to all the people that they stand on what they love regardless. But there's those situations. There's situations of, you know, let's just say there's an anime that you like or something, or a character that you like, and some people, they won't stand on it if their little group that they're in, the little subgroup, whether it be their Discord server, whether it be their Twitter circles, whatever the case may be, if their group of people are dumping on the stuff that they love, the character they love, the anime that they love, a lot of time people won't stand on, no, but I love that and I'm gonna stand on that. I'm gonna, you know, I'm not gonna change the fact that I love this anime, this character, anything like that. A lot of people, they'll just go with it. And again, I've been to a certain degree, I don't want to say a victim, like, oh my god, because anime fans love playing victim, dog. Like, yo, shout outs to all the Bleach fans, but we still got Bleach fans out there playing victims. Like, you bullied me 10 years ago about my love for Bleach, or you said bad things about Bleach. Oh, I'm in pain. Oh, like, yo, you think these motherfuckers are like rape victims or incest victims or some shit, the way they still crying about, like, it's madness. But no strays, and that ain't directed at anybody in particular. It's just I'm seeing the same discussions from 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. They made fun of Bleach and look at his back. Like, okay, all right. But in particular, an example and what made me bring up this whole conversation, and shout outs to all my homies or whatnot, but sometimes I'd be a little bit on it as well because it wasn't only my homies. Tokyo Revengers is an anime that is, you know, pretty well. The manga was immensely popular. It's one of Kodansha's most successful manga of all time by a large margin. During the pandemic, when Jujutsu Kaisen was popping off, there was one other manga that was exploding at a rapid pace that most people were looking like, what? And that's Tokyo Revengers. And I loved Tokyo Revengers. Now, granted, I would still stand on the fact that the manga goes downhill after a certain point. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There is a certain part, still probably another season or two away in the anime, maybe more. But there's definitely a part where the manga just goes downhill very rapidly. And I attribute that to the fact that the author probably decided to extend the series because it just blew up in popularity, all of that good stuff. But nevertheless, the manga does go downhill, and I stand on that. However, I will say that I noticed that between my homies, which shout outs to my homies, everybody has their opinions, and I don't need to follow anybody's opinions or anything like that. So it's nothing, no shade at any of my peoples or whatnot. But it definitely was eye-opening to me when I recognized, like, yo, dog, why don't I watch Tokyo Revengers anymore? The part that it goes downhill was still, like I said, 3 seasons away or something. But I really loved most of this, and I remember when I was watching season 1 of Tokyo Revengers, each and every week, I was glued to my chair, very excited to get back to Tokyo Revengers. And so, recently I started getting back into it. I started from the very beginning of season 2, because I already had seen all of season 1. You know, the Christmas showdown stuff. And I'm watching, and I'm thinking to myself, oh man, this is so good, I'm having a great time. And then I keep questioning myself, wait a minute, why did I stop watching this again? I love this. This is awesome. Like, granted, you know, some people may look at it a certain way. I like the aspect of that this is showing that gangs are no good. You know what I'm saying? Like, gangs usually, they start off one way and they end another way. Whether you could take real world gangs, Bloods and Crips, they started off community revolution in progress. And, you know, a lot of negativity has transpired since then. A lot of bad stigmas around, you know, gang culture in general. Gangs have, you know, there's a lot of negativity that have come from gang culture. And Tokyo Avengers reflects just that. So whether you're looking at it from a woke standpoint or you're looking at it from, yo, I just want some really dope stuff. I don't care about the woke stuff. Move the woke stuff out my way. I just want to see some cool shit. You got both. You got both. Where it's an example of gang stuff. You know, starts off Toman, a group for, you know, black sheep, so to speak. Think like the Black Bulls of Black Clover. It starts off one way, and it goes, eventually, inevitably, it goes dark, and that's why Takamichi keeps on going back in time to stop all the, you know, chaos and the corruption that happens at Toman. So it has all of these elements. And I say all that to say that, again, it's a dope show. I like the show for several different reasons. I like seeing, you know, Mikey's dope, Draken's dope. I'm even not really one of those people that, like, I look at Takamichi like, oh my god, I can't stand it that he's always crying. Because, you know, and I made a video about this before, so we don't got to go down this alley, but Takamichi is very similar in a way to Izuku, you know, Deku from My Hero Academia. Only difference is you could throw the argument, yo, Deku eventually snaps out of the crybaby stuff. And even when he cries once in a while, he's still gonna knock a dude out. While Takamichi is like, Mikey! Dragon! Come on, save me, bro! I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm being a little bit, you know, I'm spinning a little hyperbole there. Where he'll get his ass whipped. You know, he'll stand up to somebody even though he knows he's gonna get struck down. And again, I'm sorry, I'm digressing so much because I guess that's just another example of how much I really rock with the show. You know what I mean? But for a hot minute now, I pretty much have disregarded the show. I feel almost like I was being a little fraudulent with myself because I was even like kind of downplaying the show, crapping on the show, dunking on the show and all that jazz. And it's like, bro, where is all of this coming from? You love this show. Again, the manga, and I'm going to continue to say I stand on, the manga does eventually take a dump on itself, but not now. Why not continue to enjoy this and talk about it the same way you did? And I look at it as like, again, between my friend group, but more so especially the community, constantly every other comment is, yo, dog, Tokyo Avengers is ass. Who likes Tokyo Avengers? In the West, for some reason, there's a lot of hatred towards Tokyo Avengers. And I think between, again, like, okay, my friend circle don't really rock with it, and then the community really don't rock with it, and opposed to just me being like, well, okay, either of them don't rock with it, that's fine, I'm going to be the one that does. You know what I mean? I kind of just slowly but surely like, okay, I'm not watching it no more, alright, it sucks, but it's like, no, and I've seen that in so many regards, in so many different facets in the anime community with peer pressure. Bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, one of the big things, and if you find any of the old heads from back in the days of the anime community, one of the big things before we had like all of these 10 million anime YouTubers or whatnot, when there was just a smaller community, it was like a rite of passage, bro. And one day I'm gonna do a real video, not the shit that I say out there, a real video breaking down the real history of the anime community. But it felt like it was always a rite of passage in the anime community early on, like let's just say 2012, 2013, all the way up until like, I don't know, 2016, 2017, somewhere in that ballpark of dudes will get into the anime community, get into YouTube anime community, get into anime hardcore, starting off as a ForneverWorld fan. Like, they would be hardcore. I love that dude, bro. You don't know, he made me feel like I had a friend that I'm listening to him talk about the anime and I feel the same way. Like, I love that guy. But to be accepted by the communities that they don't like me, you know, people that the naysayers, like, oh, he's just too happy and excited about this stuff. He's lying. He gotta be lying. There's no way you're just enjoying your anime. And eventually, inevitably, that guy that came in initially to these groups, these Discords, or back in the day, these Skype calls or these Twitter threads or wherever the hell there's an anime community, Facebook, all over the place there's anime communities, whatnot. They would go from a hardcore ForneverWorld fan, and they even told me, you know, I'll show you the receipts of like, yo, they said they love me, what the hell? Then next thing you know, they're like, Oh, ForneverWorld, I don't watch him, bro. I used to watch him until I realized he was trash. No, you used to watch me until you realized you wanted friends, and I wasn't your friend. I wasn't, directly communicating with you, and you essentially sacrificed your love for ForneverWorld for the Discord chat. You know what I mean? And again, that's anime community peer pressure, because in all actuality, you loved me. I didn't do nothing wrong to you. You loved the fact that I was hype about One Piece. You loved the fact that I was cheering on Naruto every step of the way. You loved the fact that I was praising Bleach's Thousand Year Blood War week after week, saying, yo, this is the best of the big three. You loved all of that. It's just that you conformed to what the anime community told you no, because you wanted friends. And I ain't even gonna lie, at this day and age, where I'm at right now, I'm not gonna necessarily fault people for that. A lot of people that are into anime, not all, I'm not trying to generalize, but I know for a fact that a lot of people that are into anime, they either don't have friends that are into anime, they don't have nobody to relate to talk about with, or they just don't have no fucking friends. They just, they're lonely. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's okay. We all been there. It's fine. Don't worry. I'm not judging you. I get it. Like, yo, dog, do I want to listen to homie's videos that he drops, a couple times a day or whatnot? Or do I want to sit and Skype and laugh my ass off with these people for 10 hours straight or some shit like that? So I get it. I'm not gonna fault you. Now I get it. Back then I used to be like, you fake motherfucker. I swear to God on everything, bro. On God, fuck you. Like, yo, I used to be so annoyed by that shit of like, how you love me. I pretty much was the reason you got into the anime community, got hardcore into anime. And then the moment you get some friends, it's like, yo, deuces, homie. That's like the dude, which I've also been this dude, so I'm not gonna be too judgmental, but that's like the dude that gets a girlfriend and he'd be like, peace, I'm out of here. And I've been that dude too, so I understand it. Again, like, you have to sometimes walk in other people's shoes to really get a grasp of why. The why is always one of the big things, and I've seen it so many times in the anime community of people. It's not necessarily switching up, because yo, if after a certain point, like, let's just say my reasoning for leaving Tokyo Avengers behind for the long length that I did was simply because, man, I stopped enjoying it. I ain't like it no more. Fair enough. It's okay. You know what I mean? Fair enough. That's not switching up. He's switching up now. That's not switching up, homie. It's okay. It's all right. You don't like it no more. But that really wasn't the reason, because I really enjoy Tokyo Revenge. The manga, again, different story. Anime, I love it. I say all that to say that, yo, even when it comes to being a nerd, even when it comes to just being a nerd and having nerd friends, you gotta stand on your stuff, dog. If you love Tokyo Revengers, if you love Naruto, if you love whatever, because I even used to get clowned on in my little social groups or whatnot online about how much I love Naruto. Ah, yeah, you go on with your love for that corny ninja, blah, blah, blah. Okay. You know what I mean? Thankfully, I never really, because, like, my history with Naruto, if you know, like, started off, I wasn't the most impressed in the beginning. I was like, Sasuke reminds me of Hiei Yu Hakusho, okay, it's alright, whatnot. And then eventually I think it was like Chunin exams and on, and the rest was history. And I always stood on, not Naruto, bro. I'm never gonna switch up on my boy Naruto. But seriously, don't let nobody change your opinions just because you want to be accepted into these friend groups. If they don't want to accept you because your taste on one anime, bro, you don't need to be in there. And on top of that, even if you go in there, you're gonna have to deal with, because eventually the real you is gonna shine through. You can only fake the funk so much. Eventually it's gonna shine through. So you can keep on lying about how much you don't like this anime, this content creator, etc., etc. You can keep on lying, but you're gonna keep hearing these daggers of because you really do like this. You really do like the anime. You really do like the content creator. You really do like that character. And you're gonna have to keep hearing little jabs and little daggers over and over and over and jokes. And eventually you're gonna, I don't want to say explode, but you're gonna be like, yo, come on, it ain't that bad. And then they're gonna clown you, and it's okay to get clowned. I think something that I used to have an issue with, that I've kind of started to grow out of it, is nobody wants to be clowned, right? Who wants to be clowned? Who wants to be the butt of a joke or whatnot? But it's not the end of the world, and at the end of the day, you just gotta clap back. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are basic survival skills. But at the same time, these are things that you can apply to your anime fandom. Again, maybe you are one of those people, and there's nothing wrong with that you just love to talk to your anime friends on the internet. You love to talk to them on Discord. You love to talk to them on the chat groups or whatnot. That's okay. Just make sure that you don't let them change who you are. I've been in many circumstances. I've seen people I never in a million years would have expected it change even to the smallest things. Again, like, wow, you used to love that anime, now you dunking on it because everybody else is. Like, love what you love. Like, growing is fine too. Like I said, you know, it's a level of growth if you just lost interest in something because you've grown to a different interest. But don't completely change who you are, and don't bend or fold to peer pressure. Be you, enjoy yourself, and continue to grow.
Thought it would have been, wish it would have been. Acting like I'm fine is getting harder to pretend. I said, thought you would have been, wish you would have been. Maybe I was wrong, it was me all along.